Parking and Transparency Ordinance, which has the potential to decrease citywide greenhouse gas emissions within the built environment by 27% within the next decade. My office has been excited to celebrate this day since we have found out that the AIC achieved LEED Silver status back in March, and we've waited as patiently as possible for the plaque to arrive, which we will unveil later in just a moment. It only takes a glance at the news these days to recognize that climate change isn't on the way, it is here. There's also vast research demonstrating that already vulnerable communities will be hardest hit by the impacts of a warming climate. To have a building like the AIC operating efficiently in Indianapolis is certainly something to celebrate. And with that, I'm happy to introduce Mayor Joe Hogsett to say a few words himself.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon. There is so much to celebrate today, but the mere fact that we're here at the Assessment Intervention Center, I believe, will profoundly transform many things in Indianapolis, including our criminal justice reform efforts. But that's not necessarily why we're here today. We're here today to celebrate yet another accomplishment that the AIC enjoys. And I want to begin by just saying how wonderful it is to be here with all of you to welcome the very first LEED certified facility built for the city of Indianapolis. Yeah, that deserves a round of applause. This day represents a major victory for both the Office of Sustainability and for our Thrive Indianapolis plan. In 2019, we unveiled Thrive Indianapolis as the first ever plan in our city's history. And that plan was designed to address issues around the environment, sustainability, and resilience. In specific terms, it outlined our city's commitment to a healthier, greener future for all of the residents of Indianapolis. And above all, it meant and represented our commitment to a more environmentally friendly atmosphere in each and every building in our city. A 2016 study showed that about 66% of greenhouse gas emissions in Marion County come from our buildings. Locally, those emissions can impact the quality of our air, the quality of our water, and globally, these emissions do contribute to climate change. But it also means that when we build green, we exploit our biggest opportunities to use less water, to emit less carbon, and to save more money. Where I come from, that's called a win-win-win. Fortunately, today is part of a growing trend in our city. Already in Indianapolis, there are close to 300 LEED certified buildings in Indianapolis. And so I think it is entirely appropriate that the first building among the city-county enterprise to receive the LEED certification is our Assessment and Intervention Center. The AIC provides a modern and holistic approach to criminal justice, seeking to divert residents struggling with mental health and addiction issues into treatment instead of incarceration. That it is being recognized today for a modern and sustainable approach to our environment is only fitting. I want to recognize the work of Guidon as design architect. I also want to recognize our own Morgan for her leadership, and everyone from the DPW's Office of Sustainability for the good work that they do in keeping sustainability and resilience a part of the conversation in all that we do here in the city of Indianapolis. And so with that, I would like to welcome up the Regional Director for the United States Green Building Council, Elena Krauss. Elena.
Thank you. Congratulations to you. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me here today to celebrate with the City of Indianapolis on this beautiful building behind us. We really applaud the City of Indianapolis's and the Office of Sustainability's work to create a healthier environment for all. So I'm here representing the U.S. Green Building Council and our diverse audience and makeup of our members. We have about 10,000 organizational members and 8,000 individual members that all work to create healthy and sustainable buildings across the world. We all work with the LEED Green rating system that's working to create healthy buildings, and that includes homes, offices, hospitals, data centers, schools, and neighborhoods and communities as well. LEED launched 20 years ago, and it's redefined the places where we live, work, learn, and play. It's comprehensive and flexible, and it works on the building's entire life cycle. It promotes strategies for high-performing buildings, and it focuses on sustainable sites, water efficiency, energy reduction and efficiency, materials and resources, location and transportation as well. It's used in all 50 states and across 180 territories and countries worldwide. And more than 2.6 million square feet of LEED space is certified every single day, and that equates to about 106 commercial and industrial facilities are using LEED at this time. So we're here today to recognize the AIC for its leadership in environmental stewardship and the role in enhancing and transforming the built environment. By earning LEED Silver certification, the AIC demonstrates strong commitment to health and comfort for the individuals that enter the building. So that includes the staff that work here, the clients, the visitors, the guests, and the larger Indianapolis community. Not only is this the first LEED certified project that the City of Indianapolis has created, but it's also the largest LEED version 4 building design and construction new construction project in the entire city, which is wonderful. So buildings are like people in that we need to all perform at our best if we pay attention to the small details. And all those small details put together have really created this beautiful building that's going to be high performing, energy efficient, and really safe and healthy for those that occupy the space. So our buildings are the heart of our communities. From our town halls to our courthouses, buildings define the places where we live and work. When governments commit to green building, and especially utilizing the LEED rating system, it's a statement of leadership and pride. Government at all levels has the responsibility to use taxpayer dollars both wisely and transparently. So through their investments, governments can protect and expand the American workforce and domestic businesses. High-performing LEED certified buildings have a strong track record of these important goals. And by using LEED, which is a voluntary, market-driven performance system, really helps thousands of buildings save money, demonstrate strong environmental stewardship, support local investment, create healthy spaces for those that occupy the buildings, and also create jobs. These buildings become iconic structures reflecting smart, responsible, and fiscally sound governance. Indianapolis is proving to be a leader, and I'm so proud. Through their commitment to thrive, including their very ambitious goal of achieving carbon neutrality by 2050, while also addressing environmental equity. They are laying fantastic groundwork, and they're also taking action. They, as Morgan mentioned, just passed the benchmarking and transparency ordinance earlier this month, and then by certifying this beautiful new building, they're really focusing on environmental and community stewardship. So we applaud the AIC team as well as all the awesome leaders that put a lot of work into this beautiful space to make it healthy and high performing, and this is really what market transformation is all about. So I applaud the team and congratulations on this LEED certification. And next, I'd like to welcome Jason Larrison with District 9. It's Councilman. He's up next.
Thank you. Thank you, Director Krauss. It's a pleasure to have you here to celebrate with us. And thank you, Mayor Hogsett and Director Mickelson and the entire Office of Sustainability for your continued leadership in the city.